right to the body. Yep. Yeah, see? Right back to the stick. Again.
I remember Alex Pereira wanted to fight Alexander Usyk. I don't think you guys understand the discrepancy between the two. Like, MMA is trash. You could train 6-8 years of MMA and become a world champion. The level Alexander Usyk is at, you would have to train 30 plus years. Alex Pereira is going to die. He's going to be in the dirt before he ever achieves the level of boxing of Usyk. I think a lot of MMA guys see him punch hard and kind of time these weak MMA guys and jab them to the body and have a nice jab in that octagon. But, dog, in terms of pure boxing, this guy is below amateur level. I know guys in local gyms who box a lot better than Pereira. This was the most stupid fight that anybody's ever hinted at. This would have literally been a one-round fight. Alexander Usyk with the first clean punch would have put his lights out.
I just want to start this off by saying, like, no disrespect, Jig. I think that you're really good with your boxing takes. I like what you have to say. If I want boxing information, I'm going to come to you, right? And I 100% agree that Usyk would absolutely decimate Alex Pereira. I don't think that there's MMA fans that dispute that. Boxers always beat MMA guys in a boxing ring because that's what they've been training. MMA fighters will always beat boxers in an MMA fight because that's what they've been trained to do, right? Like, don't even start going on about how Terrence Crawford would beat Ilia Topuria in an MMA fight if he had 1 year of training. That whole talk was also completely ridiculous. In the same talk that Alex Pereira would absolutely not beat Alexander Usyk, right? Nobody thinks Pereira would win that fight. MMA fans would support him and cheer him on, but no one genuinely thinks he would win that fight. The only thing I have to push back on a little bit is that you say MMA fighters are trash. Now, I understand that you're completely alluding to in terms of pure boxing skill, but MMA fighters are the best at what they do in mixing up all the martial arts. Are they super high level at any one? Not necessarily, not unless you get the specialists, but specialists don't do well in MMA because they're usually lacking in other sort of aspects. The only time that specialists do well in MMA are in the heavier weight classes because those weight classes are generally lacking any sort of actual high-level skill in comparison to the lighter ones. Now, I get it, right? Alex Pereira wants to challenge himself and be great. He wants to do what no one else can do and become world champion in 3 different combat sports, and I can't really blame him. And he wants to make a little bag. I don't blame him for that either. And I get it, right? You like to word things in a very specific way to get MMA fans triggered, right? You're doing it for engagement, likes, comments, and all that stuff. I completely understand it. That's your hustle. Do your thing. But if you don't like MMA and you don't watch the sport, then I don't really think you have any right to be calling these fighters straight up trash, unless you just mean the fact that in just specifically boxing, they are not as good as pro boxers, in which case I would agree. But then again, you're also wording it in that way for engagement. So, I mean, I get it.